In this video, I'm going to talk about what is a good authority score. So, of course, authority, domain authority, they're metrics by tools such as SEMrush and Moz that measure the power of your website. And if you look at this illustration here, our agency is the media captain. What builds up authority? It's links pointing back to your site. So if I were to be quoted in Search Engine Watch, which is a national publication for SEO, 10 TV, a local TV station here in Columbus, entrepreneur.com, if all of those links were coming back to the media captain, that's showing authority, and Google likes that. So the more links you get, it boosts your authority. This video isn't about explaining what authority score is. It's what is a good authority score that will get you within striking distance to rank. So let's dive into that. A lot of people see their authority score and they get discouraged. They view it as a test score from high school or college. And if they see that they have a 13 authority score out of 100, they think they're failing. And that's not really the case. And so I want to go through the different buckets from a scoring perspective to help you better understand. And this is the way I've always looked at authority score. So 0 to 10 is below average. When a new website launches, it has an authority score of 0 because there's no links pointing back to it. There's other factors, but links is the greatest factor. A local business, as they start acquiring links, is quickly going to build up authority. When you get to 11 to 20, that's actually average. A local business in a non-competitive vertical can rank well with an authority score between 11 and 20. If you're writing blog topics that are, very niche and have strong content, you can rank with an 11 to 20. And I'm not saying you can't from a 0 to 10, but that's just the very beginning stages. And 11 to 20, you start establishing more credibility. A 21 to 30 is actually good for a local business or for a niche business. You could start ranking for a lot of terms. 31 to 40, I classify as very good. So for the media captain, our authority score is in the low 30s. And I'm going to show some illustrations of different businesses I own and how the authority score impacts each one. But 31 to 40, we rank really well in our local market and for blog posts with a 31 to 40. Again, you would think of that score as failing if you were taking a test, but it's really good. 41 to 50 is excellent. You could be ranking nationally for very competitive queries with an 41 to 50. And if you're above a 50, you're most likely a national brand, or you've done something where you've hit the jackpot with your content strategy and you're acquiring a lot of backlinks, because anything, or possibly you're a media publication, because anything above 50 I classify as superb. Who has a 99 authority score? Google, ESPN.com. Think of the millions of people that have linked back to those websites, and obviously the national brand recognition that they had. So just because you're at a 22 or a 28 authority score doesn't mean that you can't be proud of that. Let's start off with Taylor Station Logistics, which is a 3PL business that I own. Our authority score is only a 10. This business has only been around for about a year and a half, yet we're ranking on the first page of Google. So if you search for Columbus 3PL Company, we have prominent placement. I told you, sometimes you don't need a high authority score to rank. You might be asking yourself, how are you ranking with an authority score out of 10? Well, once you dive into the tools, you could see that the keyword difficulty is only a 30%. So it's not that competitive, giving us a chance to rank. The other interesting thing is when you look at who the competitors are that we're going against, a lot of these 3PL companies, and let me just find an example here, Crane Worldwide Logistics. You can see locations, USA, Columbus. A lot of these companies aren't based in Columbus. They've built out pages to show that they serve every market. So Google is liking the fact that Taylor Station Logistics, our homepage is saying that we're from Columbus. We're a Columbus company. Even with a low authority, we're able to rank on the first page of Google. And just showing you how to really dive into the weeds on authority score. So yes, SEMrush is giving me this score of a 10. And if you go into the backlinks and click on the referring domains, these are all of the different sites that have linked back to Derm Warehouse. So you'll see that there are 52 sites, but a lot of them, in these tools, sometimes you just get low quality links that spit back. So because there's only 52 sites that have linked back, that's the reason why the authority score isn't higher. If there were 152 links and they were all quality, it would be a higher authority score, but I at least wanted to show you how to drill into the backlink profile. So Derm Warehouse is a skincare site that my family owns, and our authority score is a 32, much higher than Taylor Station Logistics, right? Well, our organic exposure is subpar, and the reason for that is this just is a much more competitive vertical. We're going up against these national brands, Lovely Skin and Derm Store, that have a authority score of a 46 and a 52. And what's funny is you think you're not far off, but once you get into the 30s, it's really hard to continually gain market share. So like a 32 to a 52 is a huge difference. And then, one of the brands we carry is Clarity RX, right? So you do a search for Clarity RX and the brand is populating. And then you have Amazon, because Amazon's going to have an authority score of 99, going down. And then there's Derm Store. But you'll see Derm Warehouse doesn't have exposure on that first page. So it just shows you how the authority score, you could have a higher authority score and still have lower exposure depending on the competitiveness. By the way, you would be amazed if you go to the first page of Google and copy the first 3 or 4 websites that are ranking 1, 2, 3, and 4, put it into SEMrush. The correlation between authority score and rank is amazing. And so in this example, Newman Roofing is on the first page of Google for Columbus Roofing Company. They have an authority score of 27, which is, I've said, great for a local business. Columbus Roofing Systems, they're on the 3rd or 4th page. They have an authority score of 8. There is a direct correlation. And so even if Columbus Roofing Systems optimized the best page on roofing in the Columbus market, because they're going up again, because their authority score is an 8, is there a chance they could outrank a competitor like Newman? Yeah, but chances aren't in their favor because authority score plays a very important role in that. So for our agency, The Media Captain, we have an authority score of 34, and we do really well in our local market in Columbus. We have high exposure, and like I've alluded to, 34 means that it's good for a local business. And we've been around for 15 plus years. We've had a lot of good PR and publications linking back. But I want to show you something cool that will get you thinking in the right direction for acquiring backlinks. So we wrote an article several years ago, and it was pretty simple: 30 Google business profile stats and facts. This article has been linked back to over 225 times. So when you're thinking of a backlink strategy, a lot of times for a blog, if you're providing valuable insight, whether it's statistics or industry news or something along those lines, it's a great way to acquire links. So I just wanted to share that. A lot of people understand what authority score is, but they don't know really what is a good authority score and what can get you in contention for ranking. Hopefully going through these examples helped and gave you some ideas even to acquire backlinks and digging into the backlink profile within a platform like SEMrush. My name is Jason Parks of The Media Captain. If you ever have any questions on SEO or digital marketing, you can contact us at themediacaptain.com.